Hello, I'm a walrus. So far this transfer window we have signed Fabio Vieira,
Matt Turner, and Marquinhos.
Now, it's time to talk about Jesus.
Whoops,
wrong button.
Let's talk about Jesus.
For that we welcome back to the podcast, Tim Stillman.
Hello there.
Tim is married to someone who is Brazilian, which is really all the credentials you need to be a guest on this podcast, but he can also be found on Arsblog and the Arsenal Vision podcast. So, Tim, what do you make of this signing?
I accepted Jesus into my life several years ago, and I found it was a very good decision to do so.
Tim, I've already made the Jesus joke.
I'm legally only allowed to do one an episode.
Gabriel Jesus is a player I've followed for quite a long time, since the very beginning of his career at Palmeiras, and a player I always thought was going to be really, really special. He won the league with Palmeiras when he was 19, and that was largely his doing. And I know that's the Brasileirão, the Brazilian top flight. It's not the same as the Premier League, etc., but there aren't teenagers doing that on a regular basis. Neymar is the only other one I can think of who's done that. Now, I think it's fair to say he's plateaued a little bit in the last couple of years from being behind Sergio Aguero. He had some issues in the Brazilian national team on the back of the last World Cup. I think basically what Arsenal have done here, at worst, they've bought one of Manchester City's good forwards.
At best,
they've signed the second coming.
So if Arsenal signed Riyad Mahrez or Bernardo Silva, I think people would be quite happy about that. The worst thing they've done is to buy one of Manchester City's good rotating cast of forwards. But there is a very, very high upside on Gabriel Jesus. I think he hasn't quite delivered entirely on his talent to this point, which is saying something, because I think he has delivered quite a lot and been very good. So this is one of those signings where we've got a really good player, but for me, the ceiling of the player is much higher. And if we can unlock some of that potential in him, I think we've got an elite player. But there's obviously no guarantee that that'll actually happen.
Just like how when I go to Taco Bell, there's no guarantee how my stomach will react to it. Well, that's all the time we have. Thanks for coming on.